Hello, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we will continue with a murder on Eridanos. That's the second DLC that we are busy with. We have arrived, well, Eridanos atmospheric complex, where a murder has taken place. And we're just walking around, trying to understand what's going on here. We arrived here to the Purpleberry orchards, where we have some parasitic slug situation going on, as you can see on the neck of this lady, and it's just nasty. I
Maybe
don't
I could
like it.
hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations.
No, don't mind me. Please continue.
And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my Insta coffee maker too? The nerve.
Hold that asinine thought. Who was this armed stranger who just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know this fella. I think it's mightily more likely that he's under your payroll. Here to burn down what you haven't already.
Just here to investigate a murder. Go about your business.
I see. Just a visitor then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Well, shame that you're trying to change that. Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change that. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Something I can do for you?
Who are you?
I'm the Overseeing Orchardist of the Purpleberry Orchards. My job is to make sure we hit our production quotas.
So he's the fellow with the whip. Bet he thinks his job's the only one that matters.
You better believe it is. Unfortunately, I also have to fight a constant battle with unproductivity. We sure as hell ain't winning that right now. We're way behind, and with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown set to unveil soon, we can't afford to be this way for long. Hell, it'd look grim for my job even if SLUG weren't trying to knock me off my perch.
I get the feeling you don't enjoy your job very much.
Where'd you get that idea? Don't I look happy? Being here is an unemployment sentence. I can't blame anyone else for any screw-ups because I'm in charge. And there's loads of direct scrutiny from the administrator. Those void-damned lab coats in R&D knew that. It was why they sent me here. I think they knew the orchards were gonna start having problems too. Bastards.
So what is it you do as the overseeing orchardist?
Supervise, make sure produce gets where it needs to go, cry every couple days. I report directly to Administrator Ludovico, which is more than a little stressful.
Back to my other
Okay,
questions. Had you seen House on Helen at all prior to her death?
Yeah, I saw her. Tried to flag her down for an autograph, but to no avail. Ran right by me. No idea where she was heading. Seemed like she had a lot on her mind.
I overheard you mention sabotage.
Yeah. Just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchard subcontracted security work from SLUG. You know, keep the malcontents on staff from causing too much trouble. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and the recent uptick in worker accidents, we just ain't got the budget for security. And, of course, SLUG has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's was short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that SLUG is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean.
What sort of sabotage has there been?
Oh, you know, nothing particularly troublesome. Just rogue exterminator mechanicals, opening fire on anything that twitches within 300 yards of them. We've also got a large group of new saplings, all dead from some kind of toxic substance. Poison, I'd guess. And who could forget the tower processing console, which probably just shorted out and stopped working on its own, even though it's outfitted with 3 separate backup systems?
There are a suite of explanations for what could have happened, most pointing to Rizzo's worker incompetence. My people didn't sabotage anything.
I could figure out what's really going on.
Thank the law, some good news. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming. Better fess up while you still can outside of an interrogation room.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed. But what do I know? I suppose it's up to your new hiree.
Painful to the Rizzos in our fashion. Do you have something to say?
I'm sorry you had to come in on such a brusque conversation. Not everyone appreciates the work SLUG does on Eridanos.
Especially not folk that SLUG is trying to extort.
All right, it seems I need to say it yet again. We're not stomping upon your purpleberries or knocking your workers off the planetoid. All we want is for you to pay your dues.
And I want you to stop setting our exterminator mechanicals loose and breaking our machinery.
This is how the conversation has gone for the last hour and a half. As you can see, it hasn't been terribly productive.
That's for sure. You see any sign of Helen recently?
Nope. Sorry, but this is the first I've visited this area in over a month. Shame about Helen. Liked her movies.
I don't buy it. A real fan would have had more agony in his voice.
Celebs as big as Helen always seem to elicit strong binary opinions in people. But that's neither here nor there. What can SLUG do for you?
Well, we already know about his problem with the orchardist, right? Let's try to ask a little bit more about him.
You're welcome to. I don't have any secrets.
Do you do anything other than make sure SLUG's business partners pay on time?
Certainly. When I'm not out on a job, they usually stick me in the SLUG mess hall. I may be a service collector, but that doesn't mean I can't make a damn fine tripicale pie.
Alright. But that was
You're welcome.
that was it, right? Anything you can tell me about the
Nothing that
orchards?
you couldn't observe yourself. I try not to spend much time here. Hate the outdoors. If you haven't already noticed, these orchards are more of a wreck than even some of the cities on Monarch. Mismanagement, I suspect.
Alright. Well, pollination swarms in use in this area. Unauthorized personnel may be killed at their own expense. Sweet. So we have a couple of buildings right along the path and some minor buildings off the path. Like this place, right? What's that thing? Standard troop armor. Nothing to say about that body. And there is, it's also like, it looks like a building, but there is no entrance to it. Well, maybe that was the reason why it's not...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110% chance with a 10% margin of error that they were left by Ruth Bellamy, the actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Examine the footprint depth and spacing. The spacing between each footstep is short and the imprint in the dirt deep, as if determined. It would appear that Helen was in a hurry.
You can tell a lot about an animal by its tracks.
I can deduce that Helen had saltuna for breakfast last week. Helen was in a hurry and she thought she was being followed.
Wow. You sound just like Agent Khan when he's on the case.
Or yeah? Effusive host. Purpleberry, Puzzlehedge's conservatory, storage warehouse, and the hive. Oh, that's another weird guy, right? Yeah, another guy with a parasite.
Well, sweet hello there, valued visitor. I am sure sorry to break it to you, but our orchards are closed to all officially guided tours at this precise moment in time.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm pretty sure that grin is permanent.
Why, thank you! Rizzo's encourages all workers to put on a happy face when engaging with valued customers. Rizzo's does beseech you to please purchase one of our self-guided options if you're wishing to join one of our rejuvenative, relaxing, reformatory tours. Now with a Puzzlehedge's trademark maze hunt and special edition taste testing for an extra 35 bits a ticket.
Do you know how soon Helen came through here?
Ah, you mean that lovely actor who got herself dead? Damn shame what happened to her. She did come by, but not during any official tour time. I thought she'd hired a private tour at first, but it was Dr. Blossom who was showing her the way to the RR and DD labs. Can't imagine why she'd need to meet with our head researcher on the Spectrum product line outside of her lab hours. Unless, of course, it had to do with the new product unveiling.
Helen was the spokeswoman for Spectrum's Brown's ad campaign.
That's right. She was. She sure made for some lovely adverts. Maybe it might have involved an issue with the launch batch then? I can't rightly say. All I know is one of our certified tour guides could have given her a much more comprehensive tour of the grounds were that her interest.
Seen any murder weapons lying around? Bottle of poison, a smoking laser pistol, bloodied blunt force object?
Can't say that I have. We use bad batches of liquor for our pesticides. Only the exterminator mechanicals are armed around here. And I haven't seen any bloody objects aside from the usual pair of gardening shears. Unless, that is, Miss Helen was also stung to death by pollinization mosquitoes? She wasn't, was she? That would be a mighty wretched way to go.
Deadly pollinization mosquitoes?
Pollinization by killer mosquitoes, indeedy. It's cutting-edge Rizzo's technology. But don't you worry, valued visitor. Our pollinization cycles only run when the orchards are empty, for safety reasons. When a pollinization cycle finishes or is aborted, all mosquitoes are biologically programmed to return to the hive, their holding pen. Of course, the very last thing Rizzo's would want is a beloved tourist bumbling into the hive and triggering an unscheduled cycle. So you'd best steer clear of it for safety. You'll know the hive by its big, glimmering electric fencing.
I actually already purchased a golden ticket.
Well now, you certainly are an individual of refined taste. There are folks who defend the premium option and its sprat petting zoo, but once you've been bit by one sprat, you've been bit by them all. Of course, tours of any access level must be suspended during a scheduled pollinization cycle. Our mosquitoes are quite territorial and have been known to sting both workers and visitors alike.
So you're the groundskeeper, right?
Yes, indeedy. I've got the wondrous honor of having just been promoted to third keeper of the grounds after the last one disappeared on the job. Gosh, I guess about a week ago now?
Huh?
Before my morning clock-in last Sunday, I was but a lowly nanner peeler picker on the line shift. Now I'm responsible for growing every twig and berry on this vast swath of fertile land.
You don't find it suspicious that the last groundskeeper went missing unexpectedly?
Heaven sweet, no. It's not like he was murdered. He simply disappeared without a trace and hasn't been heard from since. And the groundkeeper before that one? Well, she wasn't missing at all. Her body was found near hive control, covered head to toe in thousands of welts.
Excuse me?
No mystery, and certainly no murder with what happened there. I mean, you can't exactly hold some mosquitoes on trial. Accidents do happen on the job.
Wait, no, we are not glossing over the missing groundskeeper. No one knows what happened to him?
Can't speak for others, but I most assuredly don't. I reckon you could talk to my supervisor, the overseeing orchardist. He would know more. I used to ask questions, but gee, I just don't feel the urge to anymore.
Enough about the orchards.
Gosh, and goody gumdrops, but I could talk about the orchards till my lips fell off. Instead, let's talk about whatever interests you, because that's what interests me, too.
Okay. Well, I'm on investigation.
What kind of investigation? You
I should
wouldn't
be
happen
aware
to
of
be
that, no?
from the health inspection office, would you?
That's right. I'm here to inspect the health and safety of your crops.
Oh, drat. This distresses me, and I do not like feeling cross. I warned the orchardist this could happen when we halted our monthly bribe to SLUG. They were always a reliable go-between, regarding inspections before now. So, what might you be looking to find out, Mr. Inspector?
Whatever you're hiding. The overseeing orchardist already told me about Rizzo's relationship with SLUG.
Did he now? That sounds about right. He has been mightily outspoken in his disdain for SLUG in recent months. The overseeing orchardist had the last groundskeeper deliver a contract termination in the place of our regular payment. Rizzo's decided we don't need their services anymore. See, with our new morale-boosting medical treatments, our employees are much more productive. No need for unsightly intimidation tactics.
You mean the parasites?
Sorry, I'm not at liberty to say. Trade secrets and all that. You understand, I'm sure. I do hope this pleasant conversation has made me useful to you. Rizzo's likes it when we're useful to customers. And I like anything Rizzo's likes.
I mean, we could as well talk about the parasite with the guy.
Why, you say that as if it's a bad thing. I am quite overcome with happiness, indeed. You won't find a Rizzo's worker in all of Eridanos who isn't 100% thrilled in their day-to-day existence. It's part of our brand manifesto.
That's not creepy at all.
I am so glad you agree. At Rizzo's, we encourage our employees to view customers in the same way they would a board-approved social acquaintance. Which means it is my pleasure to spend time with you even when I am not being paid to do so. Isn't that nice? I certainly think so.
Absolutely.
And you know what never fails to bring a smile to my face? The breathtaking tours we offer throughout the orchards. Seasonally available for purchase in the Nut Hut.
Yeah, but I believe we already went through this one.
Now, presently, you're standing smack dab in the pride and joy of Rizzo's nearly natural product development sector. We call this fecund landscape the Purpleberry Orchards, since that's our main crop. But we also sow and grow mock apples, nanners, pea-free nuts, tarmac, and more.
Okay.
Of course. I can't stop you from poking around, but do be mindful of our pollinization hive. Mosquitoes tend towards aggressive at the best of times. There's a reason why we keep him behind an electric fence, you know.
Um. Anyway, I can talk about the previous groundskeeper with the orchardist.
You're back.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law for sale.
How's the investigation?
I'm still looking.
Well, so...
Okay, I wanna
something
just
else?
be, yeah. Okay, so I cannot ask him about the groundskeeper, but I can ask about like the other things that where we will be heading, right? Well, let's go through that. Any leads on the nursery?
Got a lot of dead saplings that'll cost us a lot of bits. I've got a feeling someone poisoned them somehow.
What happened in the exterminator Automech depot?
The mechanicals were hacked. They're pretty much running amok. If you could keep from destroying too many, I'd be obliged. Would save us a lot. That said, you might want to be careful. Those things are built to take on waspkitos, and waspkitos are generally tougher to kill than people. Just something to keep in mind.
Something in particular to look out for in the processing control room?
The tower processing console is completely fried. Whoever took it out must have used some kind of explosive.
Okay, but nothing about the groundskeeper.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Where? It's not nearby, or is it like when you point to it? Alright,
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
so we have puzzle hedges to the left, additional orchards and hive in front, the conservatory and the storage warehouse to the right. Uh, Samuel the War Huts.
You think they'd complain if I blazed a few trails through these hedges?
Welcome to the Rizzo's Purpleberry Puzzlehedges, trademark. Grown on top of industrial sludge pit 27C, these unusually tall purpleberry trees have grown lush, luxuriant foliage and are literally bursting with extra specially piquant purpleberries. As you wander through our winding maze, feel free to try a fresh purpleberry right from a branch. Maybe you'll discover our next new flavor. Limit 1 berry per customer. Do not try any purpleberries outside of the puzzle hedges.
What a lovely introduction.
I've already told you 6 times, and I'll tell you 6 more. I don't want a fucking tour! You can badger me all you want. I don't care if I'm from Forest Mills. I'm here as an individual, and I have just as much right to be here as any other visitor. You're welcome to bring a lawyer if you really want to try to force me out, but I can guarantee you that I will bury them.
Alright. My killing hand gets itchy when people raise their voice. No, nobody's trying to kick you out, buddy. Calm down.
Oh, now you change your mind. Couldn't you have done that hours ago and saved us both the time? Wait a moment. You have all your teeth. You're not soaked in filth, and you don't look quite as slack-jawed as the regular Rizzo staff. Are you not with Rizzo's?
Nope. Think you can outpay them? I'm not, no.
My mistake. I'd ask what your intention was for coming here in that case, but I imagine you're not here for the Spectrum original either. Regardless, please inform me if you'd be interested in a job. I've spent enough time out here that I'm starting to itch. I do not enjoy itching. I'm sure you have questions.
You said you're a lawyer? What are you doing all the way out here?
When the going gets tough, the lawyers start going. Some farther than others. I've been a junior lawyer for coming up on 20 years now. And quite frankly, I'm getting old. Hopefully, there will be enough legal kindling out here to fuel my firm for a while longer. And if I find that kindling, I stand to finally get my raise.
You said you work for Forest Mills?
I do indeed. Specifically, I'm their general counsel. Forest Mills, if you somehow don't know, owns Tile, Wentworth, Dock Rocket, and 24/7 Furniture. We're something of a big deal.
I mean, if you say so. You mentioned working together?
I did. You see, Rizzo's has been advertising a contest in the Puzzlehedges. Whoever gets to the center first gets a bottle of the first Spectrum ever made, the Spectrum Original. My interest, however, lies with the associated promise, the chance to attend the Spectrum Brown unveiling and meet Halcyon Helen.
Helen's dead, but Rizzo's hasn't formally cancelled the contest.
Indeed, you are a savvy one. Rizzo's can no longer make good on their promise, which means this entire contest is one big fraud case. All I need is a single piece of evidence. With the Spectrum Original bottle, which is located in the center of the Puzzlehedges, I will have all I need to sue Rizzo's for all they're worth. That's where you come in.
I'm not sure I understand why you need my help. It's just a maze, isn't it?
Navigating the maze is normally no easy task. Rizzo's has no interest in giving their property, however old, away for free.
Hi. Professional trailblazer here? We'll be fine.
I'm glad you're feeling confident, but this maze is deadly by design. And if that weren't enough, Zimmerman and Navarre don't want anyone sneaking away with their prize. The place is mined and rife with murderous mechanicals.
Is anyone else trying to get the Spectrum Original?
2 buffoons, but persistent buffoons. There's that woman from Glacial Age who has perhaps never had an original idea in her life and hopes to pass the original off as her own. Then there's Navarre, who is strange. I suggested I give her the original after my lawsuit if we worked together, but she wouldn't hear of it. It must be hers alone, it seems.
Why does Forest Mills want to sue Rizzo's?
Technically, I sue not on behalf of Forest Mills, but for my own benefit. In arbitration, it might be difficult to argue that this contest is designed to slight Forest Mills. However, as it so happens, if my lawsuit takes a chunk out of their savings, then I can collect while also damaging their capital. It's a mutual win. I make millions, Rizzo's falls further from the board's good graces, and Forest Mills products look that much more valuable compared to Rizzo's trash.
Alright. I'll get you your price.
Excellent. I look forward to finally being able to focus solely on legal matters. Oh, and keep an eye out for competitors. Odds are they'll be looking out for the original as well.
So, competitors, you see.
My word, stranger, you sure gave me a fright. I thought you were one of those strange sorts heaving all over the place. Maybe they got a bad batch of purpleberry wine. Since you don't seem to be laughing maniacally or projectile vomiting, think you could do me a favor? I'm trying to come up with a new name for a glacial age product, but the creative side of things just isn't my area of expertise. Do you happen to have any ideas?
Why? So you can take my ideas and use them without paying me? No, thanks.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure I'll come up with something. Eventually.
Good luck with whatever it is you are here for. See you.
If you find a map or a stepladder or something, don't hesitate to let me know. I'm beginning to fear coming here wasn't worth the trouble.
You really didn't go very far. Let's poke. I mean, we know why she's here, but going to take a wild guess. Seeing how you are in this maze, you want to reach the center.
Close. I want what's in the center. You've heard of the competition, right? Whoever gets to the center gets a rare Rizzo's product and the chance to meet Halsey and Helen? My eyes on the rare Rizzo's product, namely the Spectrum Original, the first product Rizzo's ever made. I intend to reverse engineer it and make it Glacial Age's own.
Like anyone who drinks Glacial Age is gonna know the difference.
Ooh, this is dandy. I was not expecting any feedback from field testing before I'd even created the product. I'll be sure to jot that down for future reference. All I need for my prototype is the original itself. Then I can start production.
Good luck with that.
My, oh my, wouldn't it be wonderful if a freelancer could help rescue me from my horrible plight?
Goodbye. I'm not interested in helping her. And really, she didn't go that far. There are several strategies how you should approach mazes, and one of them is always turn in a specific direction. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, just always stick to the same direction.
Terminating security service. Failed. Suspicious data not found. Sweeping the area.
Did I trigger the mine that was behind the wall? That would have been fun. Yeah, I think I did, and I think that's what has triggered the bot. Ouch. I thought I made enough distance, but clearly I did not.
I can't hear you laughing!
Roll and kill.
I just want to be your friend! I just wanted to make you smile!
What's wrong with these hosts? And yes, I think I learned my lesson. We will need to escape mines from now on because things are getting messy if you trigger them.
Secure unauthorized person. Resetting actions. Sir.
Here we go! That's the last of him!
Even with my rifle being pristine, which is supposed to like increase its durability, and with my engineering skill not being down in the gutters, still, like weapons, they lose their uh, they break down so fast.
Security control person.
Heads up!
That's the last of them.
I wonder if we're going over there. Yeah, that's just a trash pile.
go. And that's how it's done, Captain.
I mean, I've seen Miss Navarro over there. I could join her, right? I can have a chat with her. Seeing how she just stands over here.
Greetings. Have you brought your auto-mechanical to the service technician lately?
What the hell? What you just said sounds both banal and scripted enough to be a code phrase, am I wrong?
Clever, aren't we? Should be careful. Making accusations like that could get a body into a lot of trouble. Anyway, forget it. You aren't the person I was looking for.
How do you know I'm not?
You're not covered in a layer of dirt, fertilizer, and self-loathing. Listen, I don't know you, so I'd rather keep my admissions to a minimum without the presence of legal counsel. I was waiting for someone to give me information about these hedges. That's as much as you need to know.
Why do I get the feeling she's scared of talking to us?
I take offense to that. I think.
Oh, I get it. You're after the prize in the center of the hedges too.
Shh, not so loud. Ah, damn it. I guess you already know. I am indeed looking for the prize. You've caught me.
Why are you here?
What interest have I in an unveiling? I don't watch much in the way of serials, and crowds only make it easier for people to get behind you. I'm after the Spectrum original itself. And not to drink. Have you noticed that there's no trace of anything the corporations have done in the past? In fact, this contest for the original is the only time I've ever seen a corp refer to a prototype product not currently on the market. And why isn't it on the market?
Now that you mention it, that is a little strange.
Indeed. And it's happened before. Seems the Corp are trying to hide their past failings. Anyhow, it's valuable to me to collect that which might inform future generations.
Sorry, but I already agreed to get the Spectrum original for someone else.
Did you now? And how do you know the others aren't secretly Rizzo's agents who'll stab you in the back and take the bottle the moment you turn away? Give me the original and your actions will actually matter. I can promise you that.
Enough about that.
Think fast. Never know when someone will come out of a bush, bolter pistol at the ready. Keep your voice down. Never know who might be listening.
Oh, here's Samuel. Okay. So another strategy that might work in mazes is if you have an understanding where do you need to go, you just try to, well, you know, go for it. Making random choices should also work relatively good. I guess the key word here is relatively. I have a feeling I circled all the way around this thing. Ah, found it.
About damn time. Next time you want to do one of these mazes, I'm...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Flamethrower was a good idea before I mentioned it.
Analysis. Ground appears to be scattered with purpleberry seedlings. This particular strain is of a variety proprietary to Rizzo's and should not be in common use.
You notice a glass bottle containing some of the seedlings half buried in the dirt. As you turn it over, you find a label on the bottom that reads, Property of Carter Reynolds, botanist. Looks like the person who took the original didn't hide their tracks so well. Purpleberry Puzzlehedge's completion certificate. Congratulations, Explorer! You've reached the center of the Purpleberry Puzzlehedges. This certificate entitles you to a 5% discount on certain Rizzo's products at select Rizzo's vending machines. Note that promise of discount is non-binding. Any failure to find Rizzo's vending machines accepting said discount are the responsibility of the holder, not the Rizzo's Corporation. Any attempts to force a discount or dispute the grounds of the certificate discounts will be prosecuted to the full extent of lethal force. Greetings and congratulations, visitor. You found your way to the center of the Purpleberry Puzzlehedges and have earned this one-of-a-kind boon, the right to look upon a one-of-a-kind Rizzo's product free of charge. We encourage you to wonder at what the Spectrum Original might taste like as you keep at least 3 feet away from the display case at all times. Captain Robin's spine. Captain Won's bravery and martial expertise were legendary, as was his twin brother's cowardice and ineptitude. When Won's enemies began running away for fear of being felled by his blade, he decided to name his weapon after his brother. Attacks with this weapon ignore a portion of the target's armor, and critical hits have a chance to terrify. Alright. Now I actually need to find a way out here as well. Nope. It's interesting that passing them, they ignore my presence. Like, one would think that they would like, hey, did you find anything? Did you find anything? But that's not what they're doing. Conservatory, you said. Well, okay, the tower is there, right? Oh, there are a lot of stuff actually here. I assume this is the tower, but I'm not sure. $5K.
Here we go. Score one for Felix.
Drunk Ravager. Drunk Hunter. Where the heck am I right now? Okay, my favorite quest, find a body. And that is why you need an increased interactable range, because, yeah, so what body are we talking about? There is no Automech here. Hmm.
No idea what these are, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Here they come.
I'll show you happiness!
On it, Captain. Damn, but we're good.
To make you smile.
What was that other voice? Was it another person? Ew. This whole like parasite thingy, I really don't like it. I mean, it has such a strong alien vibe. Although, okay, parasites in Alien, they did not make you happy. Maybe face huggers, not. Why is it sealed? And is there an option to unseal it?
Behold Rizzo's all-natural orchards, trademark. Unlike our competitors, who think they can do better than nature, we let nature take its course, only better. Instead of the lowly honeybee, at Rizzo's we have crossbred wasps and mosquitoes to create the all-natural wasquito, copyright. With their elongated proboscises and stingers, these hardy insects are capable of both pollinating our lovely fragrant fruit flowers while at the same time not pick any fruit in the orchards. Should you encounter a swarm of mosquitoes on your trip through the orchards, please refrain from defending yourself. Mosquitoes are expensive to breed and maintain, and any damage to the swarms will be billed directly to you, or to your next of kin as appropriate. If you are caught outside during a pollinization cycle, Rizzo's recommends entering the fetal position and or feigning death. Speaking of death, Rizzo's also recommends avoiding the electric containment field surrounding the hive. Mosquitoes are averse to the charge and will not come near the field, but most humans cannot sense changes in air current. Rizzo's assumes no responsibility for any visitor electrocutions.
I am always in awe of yeah, whatever the hell like these companies are doing.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh, there is a lot of discrepancies right here.
Analysis. This discarded canister is typical of the R-mounted storage tanks on the orchard's agricultural mechanicals. However, it is not currently attached to a mechanical. This canister contains a high amount of vinegar in addition to water. Warning. Use of vinegar, a known herbicide on purpleberry saplings, is a violation of Rizzo's agricultural standards.
Where are these canisters usually kept?
These canisters can typically be found in the nursery storage building in the purpleberry orchards, except for this one, which can be found here.
Initiate a deeper chemical analysis.
Chemical makeup of substance, 50% water, 50% vinegar. Trace amounts of woolly cow feces also detected.
The feces in the canister was likely used as a liquid fertilizer for these saplings. By the readout, it seems the fertilizer has been here approximately as long as the vinegar. Yeah, there is like a lot of discrepancies around here, and I like the range on this thing. So yeah, I can see something over there and there, but that means that we do need to deal with these guys.
Go! That had to hurt! Yeah! Now that was fun!
I'm on it.
Here we go!
That would make my investigation a little bit easier. Exterminator Automech terminal access card.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
RR and DD Labs Security Access Card. This is a key card for the Rizzo's Research and Development District Labs. If you are reading this warning anywhere other than the labs, please return it to the labs for an only moderate extreme pay deduction and a mild reduction of working fingers. The shaft of the tossball stick is bent and cracked, exceeding tossball regulation requirements. The end of the tossball stick is matted with the
Bits of
Rizzo's...
wicker detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product.
Examine the end of the stick. It looks as if someone used this tossball stick to completely obliterate a picnic basket. Maybe it's some kind of an upper class mating ritual.
The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hackers, like Black Hole Bertie. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
Let's not jump to conclusions. There are drunk primals stomping around. One of them could have broken it.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Helen.
And I assume these are also footprints.
Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Helen.
Where'd they go?
Reeks of unhappiness. I hear something. Maybe.
What the hell were you made of?
Everyone all right?
You tell me. I was being here like in safety of my cover. You guys all of a sudden decided to like jump in there. Piledriver. Perfect for bashing rocks and skulls. Attacks with these weapons also deal a small amount of damage to enemies behind the target. Impressive. Yeah, I went completely off the rails, like there is no longer semblance of a road that we were following or anything like that. Are these mechanicals? No, they are not.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Yeah, these must be footprints somewhere, right? Right.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Helen.
I'm slightly lost. Where am I? Because I thought this is like the Puzzlehedges. Okay. Access user logs. Last user, Anna Summers, occupation intern. Activity exterminator, automechanical target setting reset. Success, user recordings. Finally, you done thing. Now, how do I? Activity exterminator, automechanical target priorities. Sparts failed. Invalid parameter. Produce productivity report. Yields are up by 0.003%. Conclusion, the new fertilizer input from Edgewater is working wonders. Personal files. Okay, view, open last entry. 2 bits deducted from user wages, opening log. Got a call from my boss telling me I was up for a promotion. He always hated me, so I knew there was a catch. I was right. This job makes me miss the law-forsaken Nanopila pico line. I never signed up to deal with gigantic swarms of killer insects. This place is a bad joke, and it ain't all that well told. Now the exec's telling me I've got to come in for some kind of medical treatment. I reckon it'd be safer to take a dive off the side of the floating planetoid. Won't be anything good, whatever's waiting for me. Archived entries. A new life. I always dreamed of living on Eridanus, but the science types always said it was impossible. The gravity will crush your bones. There's no breathable atmosphere. Well, that's why I've got this new groundskeeper position, and they're stuck on Terra too. When the execs are looking to promote somebody, they don't look at the doubters. Oh, I almost forgot the best part. This whole place is automated. Not only do I get a promotion, I also get to work less. All I need to do is make my way to the hive every so often to set the pollination cycles. Aside from that, it's just keeping the local spreads from eating the purple berries. Things are looking damn fine for Sandra Cullen. It displays. Well, Sandra beat the big one. Company policy says, due to our marriage contract, I've got to take her position now, something about discouraging worker from dying on the job. So here I am. Seeing her body once they got the mosquitoes to stop stinging it ain't been great for my entomophobia. Thinking maybe I grab a few spectrums and find somewhere to hole up until the execs think I've left or died or something. Thought about the Purpleberry puzzle hedges, but I seen a lot of people go in and not a lot of people come out. No clue what might be lurking in there. I wish we'd stayed on Terra too. Strange day today. Left the shack only to find a fellow I'd never seen before standing out front. Had his hands deep in his pockets and was looking at me with an odd, hungry kind of expression. Said he either was a slug or worked for one, which caused me no small amount of confusion. Didn't have time to ask for clarification because he immediately started asking me for donations to keep the orchards running. First time I'd seen a con man try to convince a shopkeep that he's actually the one minding the store. Hardly needs saying, but I took my claw rake and chased him off. Here's hoping I don't hear from that loon again. Recall Automech. Now, we do need to find our way back to the road and start to figure out. I hope the guys in the puzzle hedges were not the ones that I have destroyed. But it looks like all the positions are occupied, so I'm not worried about that part anymore. Right. Wait.
Timeline Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Helen. Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Helen.
So, yeah, there is still plenty of explore, but I would like to take a break here and yeah, figure out where to go from now on. For now, I'd like to say thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. If that's the case, then please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, or otherwise let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.